Hi there. Today I'm joining you to share with you some of my must-have travel essentials, the items that I take with me on every trip to make my travel experience better. And I've traveled a ton in my adult life with family for trips, corporate work. I traveled a ton for a few years into the US, and my partner now lives in Michigan. And so there's lots of back and forth trips. And I've refined a list that I love, so I wanted to share that with you today. The first thing is suitcase. Do you check a bag or carry on? Now, I've done both, and every time I check a bag, I often regret it. So, hopefully, going forward, I stick to my carry on rule. But carry on, I have a great little slick carry on here. It fits the measurements of the airlines. And my hack with carry on is it has to have two wheels. I've had a few with one wheel, and I don't like them. They roll funny and they go kind of on their own in Rogue, and so I've gotten rid of those, and I'm a two-wheel carry-on girl. Now, to make that work, because it is small, I have a great backpack. You can see this backpack. I got it on Amazon, 40 bucks. I will share the link in below for the Amazon items that I'm displaying today. It's got a pouch up front where I keep my lip gloss and gum and those items, a nice zipper pouch here for hand sanitizing wipes or, pills, a little pouch in front. The great thing about this backpack is it's a hybrid duffel bag. And so this fully unzips and unravels like this. Shoe pouch. It's got a wet pouch here. You can see lots of pockets and zippers and areas for all of your things. And then in the back is a padded slip if you want to put a laptop or just books and papers that you have. On the very back is a hidden pouch zipper. So this is more secure because it's against your back, so you can have your passport or items in there. And then it has the water bottle area here, and the buckles all clip up so that you can make it a little more compressed if you need to. And the other item I love about this is this, so it slips on the handle of your carry-on, so it's easy to roll around. So the backpack. This comes on the plane with me. And now I'll share with you what I have in the backpack. And this is very consistent with every trip. Water bottle, stainless steel, fill it up at the airport after security, and then I have it through my travels. Noise canceling headphones. I love my Sony headphones. Now these are big, and I often wonder, why do you bring these when you could have small earbuds? Because they're a must-have. I use them on the plane, sometimes in the hotel when I'm doing my binaural beats, and I find them more comfortable for longer flights, and I always have them with me. Now, what other items that I tend to take? Electrolytes, whether it's tablets or packets, I always have a supply of electrolytes to take on the plane and then through my travels. I find the plane really dry, and so hydrating, and then through trips in general is really a bonus. My fans, I always have a fan. I find lineups, maybe it's my age, lineups in the airport as the airplane's getting ready to go. There's moments of it being really hot and uncomfortable. And this is really easy to have in my day bag on my trips. I also always have this fan. So it's a little electric fan that charges with a USB. It's got 3 modes. I've used it on the plane. I've actually given it to the mom of a young baby who was very upset, and the noise and air calmed the baby down, which was great. But then at night, it's my nightstand white noise fan. I'm one of those that has the fan at night, and this works so good. Again, it's Amazon. Love my fan. I always carry a baggie of wet wipes. When I sit down, I do the armrest and the tray table, and I'll take them to the washroom with me in the airplane and just clean things up. Compression socks. Again, these are always tucked in a pocket. I don't always use them. Usually if it's a flight over 5 hours, I'll put them on just to make sure blood clots keep things in place, but I always have those as an essential item. An eye mask. It's always in there. I don't always use it. Again, sometimes it's more used in the hotel room, but if it's a long flight, I'll often put in earplugs and an eye mask and my headphones and get some good rest. This scarf. This is an old Lululemon scarf that I love, and I have used this so much. But the reason I love it is because it's a scarf if I'm chilly on my travels or on the plane, but it also unfolds nice and big into a blanket. And on the plane, if I'm sitting in seats that don't provide blankets. I like to be warm and cozy, and so this is always in my backpack to have as a blanket. The other items I have, gin. I love these. They're always in my backpack now as well. If I have an upset tummy or just want a mint or something refreshing, I find those work great. Power bank. Well, I learned the hard way you can't have these in your suitcase, but I always have it in my backpack. The thing I love about this power bank is it has the cords attached, so I don't have to worry about having the power bank and the cord. The cords are all here for most devices. This is a must-have. Gadgets for your iPhone on the plane. So not all planes now have the built-in screen, and a lot of them are now moving you to go to your own streaming device on your phone. And so these are two items I have. This one is, again, from Amazon. It's called the Flex Flap, and you can bend it however you need so that it clicks in and then it cradles your phone how you'd like to see it. And then again, it folds out flat. This is always in the back part of my backpack in case I need it. And then this is a newer gadget that I've used a few times where you can connect this on the tray table and then you fit your iPhone in here and it will be there on display for you. So 2 items if you're using your iPhone and it's always a bit funky to have it sit up and you want your neck to stay even so that you're not getting a sore neck. Another essential for me is my travel pillow. So this might compete with the headphones on biggest item. And again, it's one of those items where like, do I really need this? But I have this on a carabiner. It's always on my backpack. I have found even if I don't use this for sleeping on the airplane, it has come in handy for other things. When I was in Asia and on the bus a lot, I would use this as a backrest or to prop up, where I was uncomfortable. It's a nice cushion on your side when you're trying to get comfortable. And even sometimes at night in the hotel, I'll use this to go between my knees or to find comfort. And if the pillow's out, I always hang this carabiner on the net on the seat in front of me, and then I've got a bag where I'm able to put things in because our space is usually so limited. So that is a must-have. The other is my little refresh bag. So this is carried when I'm doing a real short trip. I don't always take this, but certainly anything longer. And in here I have lip gloss, a headband, deodorant, little disposable toothbrushes, some Tylenol, Kleenex, a toothbrush, and face wipes. And this, and a little bit of perfume. This I use for the longer haul flights. I might take it into the bathroom with me to freshen up after a red-eye flight, or into the airport, into the bathroom, and I have something nice to freshen up after my flight. So that is what's in my backpack for the trip. Now I'll share with you some of my hacks that I have in my suitcase and that I ensure that I take with me. First of all, oh my goodness, the Wise card. This is a traveling visa that I tried for the first time in Portugal, and game changer. I will use this as my travel visa going forward. You apply online. It's basically a prepaid debit or visa, so you load it up with your money, but then it will exchange in 40 different currencies, I believe, and the rate of exchange is actually very good compared to airport kiosk or exchanging cash or an ATM. And so this has worked so well. I highly recommend this if you're a traveler, and this will be my go-to going forward. A day bag. I have this little hipster day bag. I use it a ton when I'm traveling and exploring. It becomes my purse if I'm not just carrying a purse, because it has lots of neat little pockets as well. Water bottle, side pocket, phone, slips over. It's super light to have, and I can carry an umbrella in here or a poncho or all of my essentials, and we'll take this when I'm out for a day tripping. A toiletry bag with a hook. This is another one of my must-haves. I like everything to be organized. A lot of the bathrooms in the hotels are small and there's not a lot of counter space. So I find having a toiletry bag with a hook keeps everything together. I hang it up, and when we're ready to go, it's all complete to go. Another hack I have, and this is more for longer trips or when I'm going to destinations that might involve some shopping, is I will pack a bag. This is actually in its pocket, but when I lay it out, it lays perfectly flat. I'll pack this in the bottom of my carry-on so that in the event I've done some shopping or found some extra things to bring home, I now have another bag that I can pop open and use to bring those items home with me. I'm a camera freak and I love taking photos. So when I'm traveling, this iPhone case lanyard is a travel must. I put it around my neck. I have my phone accessible for the whole time that we're traveling during the day. And I don't have to pull it in and out of my purse and worry about getting it or things falling out. So, highly recommend this for your trips if you're a photo taker or like having your phone. Now, for ease while we're there, I have to say a couple things. I carry these with me as well. They're little face cloth eye makeup removers, but especially in Europe, they don't actually have face cloths in the hotel rooms. And so these are two easy, small items that I keep with me in the event that there's no face cloths or I want some makeup removers that aren't disposable. Because I'm packing so light, I've often had to do laundry, especially if I'm in a longer trip, 3 weeks, etc. So I now always pack with me laundry detergent sheets. I'll throw some of these in a baggie. They're sheets, this is two, so they're little half sheets that you can take with you. They create nice suds in a sink or a bathtub to wash some small items, and they've come in handy for me. And because of that, I found on Amazon these great little hangers that I also take a couple of these. They're great for hanging up items that you've washed or even taking wrinkles out of linen, in a hot shower or just airing things out. And sometimes in the hotel rooms, the hangers are on those little hooks. So they just have a stick on a hook that you can't take off. And so these work great if you actually need a hook and find something to hang. Now, packing itself. To keep things nice and tight in my carry-on, I use packing cubes. I like to be organized and be able to pull out my shirts versus my shorts and pants and on those things. So I've always packed my clothes in packing cubes. These are actually compression cubes, so they've got the two zippers where you can minimize it. But lately, my newest hack is compression bags. These compress your clothes so well. So I'll often have a couple compression bags where I've put in sweaters or maybe some bigger items that don't pack up nice and neat. And then you just pack it in and roll it up and the air comes out of the bottom and it compresses and vacuum packs your clothes. And then I'll often take a second one of these, or third, I often have many, to put my dirty laundry in until I am able to launder. And then I can keep it separate from the clothes and the odor separate and all of that. So these are definitely my new travel hack that I will use far more frequently. And on the laundry, I have to say, in Portugal, we found, it's called Wash Me, and they're laundrettes that are in the parking lot. And you go in, it's coin operated, you throw in your wash. We went for a walk, came back, it includes the detergent, threw it in the dryer, super handy. I would highly recommend those if you see them, and they're just so efficient to have. My one last hack, when you go into the hotel rooms and they'll have the little toiletries available for you, and they often have shower caps. So if you take the shower cap that you find there, and after you're traveling, you often have a couple pair of shoes, and you want to pack up for your next destination or to go home, you can use the shower cap to guard the bottom of your shoe, which is probably dirty, and you've got a clean shoe to pack. So those are my travel tips. I hope that you find this helpful and discover a few items that you didn't know of. And please, in the comments, put down what you might have, tips and tricks and essentials that I might not have brought up today or that I might find useful, because I'm always looking for that. So thanks for joining me. I hope you found this helpful, and stay tuned for some summaries on my recent trips. Bye.